You've been in business for years. You're good at what you do. You have the results to prove it. And you still can't explain what makes you different in a single sentence. And the part that nobody talks about, the silence, has a specific kind of weight to it. Because it's not like you haven't tried. You've written the bio, you've updated your LinkedIn, you've introduced yourself 1,000 times, and something still isn't landing the way it should. That feeling, that specific, quiet, been carrying this for years feeling, that has a name. And it's not a strategy problem. I want to talk about something most people in your position get told that makes this worse, not even better. They get told to get motivated. Let's go. You got this. Stop playing small. It's your time. And some get told to get inspired. Big stories, emotional peaks, standing ovations. And I built findyouronly.app around neither of those. I built it around relief. And I want to explain exactly why. Because when you understand this, it changes how you think about every piece of content you put out, every bio you write, every time you introduce yourself in a room full of people who should be your clients. So here's the problem with motivation. Motivation works for about 48 hours. You hear something that fires you up. You feel it in your chest. You write the thing down. You tell yourself, this is the week that everything changes. And then Wednesday comes. The to-do list, it's still there. The confusion, still there. The positioning problem you had on Monday hasn't moved. Motivation is a feeling. It's not a solution. Here's the thing that nobody says about confidence. Confidence feels fake when you don't believe it yet. If you've been showing up, doing the work, putting yourself out there, and the right people still aren't finding you, someone telling you to believe in yourself more doesn't fix anything. Makes it worse because now you think the problem is your mindset. But it isn't. Inspiration is temporary by design. The last time something truly inspired you, a talk, a video, a story that hit somewhere real, you felt it. It was genuine. And then the wave crashed. The morning after, you were still you, same business, same feeling of being good at what you do, and invisible to the people who need you most. That's not a character flaw. That's just how inspiration works. It's the peak of a wave. Every peak has a trough. Relief is different. Relief doesn't ask you to feel more than you feel. It asks you to feel less. Less alone in this, less confused about why it's not working, less like the only one who hasn't figured this out after years of doing the work. The feeling of, oh, it's not just me. The feeling of someone finally understands this exact problem. The feeling of, I'm not broken. I just haven't been seen clearly yet. That is a completely different emotional transaction. Motivation asks you to rise up. Relief says you can put the weight down. Those are not the same things. And for the person who's been carrying this specific weight, the weight of knowing you're good, having the proof, and still not being able to say the sentence that makes the right person stop and say yes, relief is the only thing that actually lands. Motivation slides right off. Relief sticks. P.T. Barnum didn't fill his tents by motivating people. He engineered wonder. He gave people something they didn't know they needed to feel until they were already feeling it. They walked out of that tent, not hyped, changed, quieter, like something had settled. Walt Disney didn't make movies to inspire you to be better. He made them to make you feel something you couldn't name but desperately needed. You ever watched something as a kid and felt the world make sense for a second? Not excitement, something quieter, like you'd been seen by a story. That's not inspiration, that's relief. Jesse Cole doesn't run a baseball team to pump his fans up. He calls it a feeling factory. He's obsessed, genuinely obsessed with what people feel when they leave the stadium. Not during, after. Because the after feeling is what makes them tell everyone they know. 3 completely different eras, 3 completely different industries, one shared understanding. The most powerful emotional transaction is not the loudest one. It's the one that makes someone feel less alone in something they've been carrying by themselves. That's why this matters specifically for you. When someone lands on your profile for the first time, reads your bio, watches your content, hears you introduce yourself, they're having an emotional experience whether you designed it or not. Most people accidentally create one of 2 feelings: impressed or confused. Guess what impressed doesn't do? Impressed doesn't convert. You can be impressed by someone and still have no idea why you should hire them over the other impressive people in the same category. Impressed creates admiration. Admiration doesn't pay your bills. Confused sends people directly to whoever sounds clearer. And confused is more common than people realize. Not because the expert isn't good, because their positioning is trying to appeal to everyone and landing on no one. Relief makes someone stop mid-scroll and think, finally, someone saved me a seat. It means your positioning is specific enough, honest enough, that the person who needs you most immediately recognizes themselves in what you're saying. They don't think, wow, impressive. They think, how does this person know exactly what I've been carrying? That's not marketing. That's recognition. And recognition is where every real client relationship starts. So how do you actually build relief into your positioning? All right, so 3 questions, and write these down. 1, who is the specific person you're speaking to? Not a demographic, but a person. What are they scared of at 6 a.m. when they can't sleep? What have they been carrying for years without a name to it? What do they need to hear that nobody in your industry is saying out loud? If your answer could describe more than one type of person, you're not specific enough. Number 2, what is the honest thing about your story that person needs to hear? Not the polished version, not the version that's full of credentials, not the bio that sounds like everyone else's bio with your name swapped in, but the real version. The chapter that felt too specific, too personal, too uncomfortable to put in a professional context. Because that chapter, the one you've been protecting, is almost always the thing that creates relief in exactly the right person. And 3, what is the single sentence that makes the right person feel found? Not impressed, not inspired, found. The sentence that makes them stop and think, that's me, that's exactly where I am. That person gets in a way nobody else has. That person gets it in a way nobody else has. And that sentence is your only statement. And when you have it, the real one, not the safe version, something happens on both sides. They feel found. And you feel it too. Like you've been carrying a weight that finally has a name. I call it relief quiet. Not excited quiet, but relief quiet. The feeling of, that's what it is. That's been there the whole time. I want to tell you exactly what I'm trying to do with findyouronly.app. Not hype you up, not motivate you into action, but not to inspire you with the story that peaks and crashes. I'm trying to give you one specific moment of relief. The moment where maybe you're not behind. Maybe you're not broken. Maybe you're not invisible for life. Maybe you just haven't been asked the right 8 questions yet. That's it. That's the whole thing. P.T. Barnum said the noblest art is that of making others happy. Not richer, not more impressive, happy. And I'd add one more thing. The noblest art is making someone feel less alone in the exact thing they've been carrying. So go to findyouronly.app. That's findyouronly.app. 8 questions in under 8 minutes. It's completely free. I'm not trying to give you a lightning bolt. I'm trying to give you the moment where something finally settles, where you stop introducing yourself with the safe version and start showing up as the specific, real, impossible to copy version of yourself that's been there the whole time. The right people have been looking for you. Let's make you findable. Go to findyouronly.app. Be the only. Be the $2 bill.